Here are two very simple but important tips to help you make sure that you complain to your HR or your manager about harassment or discrimination that you're experiencing at workplace the right way. Tip number one, make sure that your complaint is short and to the point. I often review harassment complaints that are 15 pages, 20 pages long, or even longer. They read like fiction stories rather than complaints. This is completely unnecessary and often counterproductive. There is no reason for your complaint to be longer than 1 page, and most of the time it should be half a page at most. All you need to say in your complaints is that this is what's going on and this is what I'm asking for. So here's a simple template for you that you could use pretty much for any complaint. Dear manager or dear HR person, coworker X or manager Y is doing this to me and I feel like this is harassment or discrimination. Please help me resolve this. That's it. The rest can be discussed later. You can share all the details later when you're being asked about them. Now, why is it important to keep your complaint brief? Because you want your busy manager or you want your busy HR person to get to your complaint as soon as possible. You want them to look at your complaint and in 5 seconds know what's going on and what you're asking for. Some of the complaints that I see that are very long, they start with job history, with performance history, with accomplishments, with all kinds of background information that's completely unnecessary. All it does is it makes the person who looks at it put it to the back burner, put it at the bottom of the pile of the documents that they're looking at, and delay things. You want your manager, you want the HR person who is supposed to look at complaints, you want them to look at it as soon as possible. And the best and the most simple way to do it is to keep your complaint very short and very to the point. And the second important tip is this: be nice. Do not threaten, do not demand. Ask for help. Now, why is this important? Because humans generally do not respond well to threats. Most humans. When you come to an HR and you say, if you don't do this for me immediately, if you don't fire my manager who harasses me immediately, I'm going to sue you, it's not going to make them very motivated to help you, regardless of whether they believe you and regardless whether they care about the situation. Making threats and being rude or nasty or confrontational with your employer is not going to help you in any way. It's not going to encourage them to help you and resolve your situation sooner. And if you end up having some kind of case against your employer, those letters, those emails in which you come across as someone who is confrontational, someone who is rude, they're not going to help you. They're not going to make your case stronger. In fact, they're going to make you look bad in front of a judge, in front of a jury or arbitrator or wherever else you end up presenting your case. So keep these two simple tips in mind when you complain about discrimination or harassment at workplace, and this will serve you very well regardless of what the situation is. Thank you.